Hey everybody, and we're back Friday night, first week of streams here for Weave the Tale, another season. Thank you so much to Green Ronin for putting together this Blue Rose experience and Weave for actually hosting us. My name is Anthony, and you can find me on Twitter right here above the little handle at Prainntheplague, pronouns he, him. And I'm really excited to put on a wonderful game for everybody. I did tunnel and talk a little bit about Blue Rose and want to go ahead and get to all the wonderful donations and sub goals one more time before we get into the game and a little bit more background on Blue Rose. But can't do that without introducing the amazing cast that I have for the first of 12 weeks of West Marches for Blue Rose, and I'm really excited. Everybody is somebody that I've wanted to play with already, or somebody that we met recently and really took an interest in the game, and so I'm really excited to play with everybody here finally. It's going to be so fun. That's me. We'll start off by picking a random person to put on the spotlight, and I'm going to go ahead with Lynn, the wonderful Gremlynart.
Hey, I'm it's been a while. It's been on here, but I'm him, Lynn, Gremlynart, she, her, and should we do character stuff or should we save that for later?
Yeah, you can say that for later. That's fine. What do you got going
Okay.
on? What's cool about what cool stuff Lynn's got going on?
I just stream a bunch, do some art. Got some art coming up for the channel in a little bit, so keep an eye out for that.
Oh, that's super exciting. I can't wait for art. I am biased, and so I am hoping it's Blue Rose art, but I'm sure I'll like it regardless. So, thanks, Lynn. Next random person, we're going to go with ClericofKord.
Hi, I'm ClericofKord, or Cat, and I lurk in a whole bunch of servers. I'm not streaming a whole bunch right now, but the only other place you can find me right now will be at the Lawful Geeks channel on Thursdays. We do Shadowrun 6E. We just started our second season major arc, and really looking forward to diving back into that. So if you like Shadowrun, because I know there was a really good Shadowrun game today, earlier today, and do you want to see some more Shadowrun, come check us out on Thursdays, The Lawful Geek.
I really enjoy the Lawful Geeks, so that's really fun. I'm glad I've already seen you there. And Marloboggwitch, what do you got going on with you?
Yeah, I other than doing Bogwitch things with my friends, I also am on a podcast. I'm on the Misconceptions Podcast Network. We have a show called Sins of the Father. We play teenagers looking for their missing fathers with stunted stats. It is 5e. It is an actual play. It's very well edited and produced. So check us out if you're interested. We have a Discord server. You can come and chat with me. Obviously here's my Twitter handle and follow me there. That's where I post everything. But yeah, that's what I'm doing for the most part right now. I've got other things, but I can't talk about them yet. So
I love those. I love it because there's you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh and there's some trap cards hidden in there. That's great.
Right.
Always got to keep up on always got to be ready. And then last but not least, at Undeadfelis, what do you got going on?
Hello, I am Undeadfelis. You can find me over on Partyweight Games, where I'm running a homebrew Starfinder game called Into the Void every Sunday.
That's awesome. I hope Rydis is here. I'm not sure if he is, but hi. And Starfinder is great. I've been wanting to play some more Starfinder. There was some like mech rolls that came out a while ago, and those just seemed really fun to play.
I'm very excited to fuck around with those eventually.
Cool. Yeah, that's and it's super different from this game. So I wanted to go ahead and thank our wonderful tech, Sam, who's putting together all of the stuff in the background here and the beautiful animated spring image behind us. Thank you so much, Sam, for putting all this together. Okay, and so moving on to donations and sub goals. Once again, if we hit our retweet goal of about 20 retweets, if I'm not mistaken, we'll get 1 hit point for the players to give to whomever and whatever as they see fit, whether that be themselves, a rock, a companion. Again, I really want somebody to heal a rock at some point. Not here, just, over the 12 weeks. Just got to see it. So that's what we're doing for retweets. For sub goals, we are refilling Conviction, which is the advantage system or the inspiration system for this game. And so if we get that sub goal of 5, we're at 1 out of 5, I believe, so far. It'll actually be 6 free successful actions that each player will be able to do. So that's actually kind of a lot of drama and role play that can really be facilitated by that. So that's what we got going on for retweets and sub goals. And then for at least the first 3 donation tiers, we have 1 conviction at $5, which is kind of a sort of mini sub goal reward. At $15, we have a complication because for every boon we gotta have a bane here on Weave the Tale. And then finally, of those first 3 tiers of donations, we have the $25 goal, and I believe, and that'll be every person across all weeks getting an arcane item. So that'll be really cool. There's masterwork items, there's specialist items, and then there's magic arcane items. And I want to give everybody at least one of those to have fun when they get here, and also just to show off some of their personality, because they're only going to be here sometimes 1 week out of the 12 weeks. But then we have such a great, big, awesome cast. Okay. So getting into the actual, now that that's all the house stuff is out of the way, let's get into the game. We have a beautiful and eclectic party here. And before we get to them, a little context for where they are. All the 4 of you, are traveling alongside a small road, sort of in the center of a region in Aldis known as the Pavenweald. It literally, it is a magnanimous place. That is ridiculous for that donation goal from Mr. Smith actually shattering it. It's only been 16 minutes since this stream started, and I've already broken my $100 donation goal. That's wild. That means that I am now obligated to create an adventure based off of Dungeon Madame's amazing Aldi and Gay Bar map. It's almost finished, so as soon as I get my hands on it, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And I'm probably gonna put it in one of the sessions now, since it happened so early. We're just gonna be able to see that whole new adventure created and funded by Mr. Smith. So wow, thank you so much. I have to answer that magnanimous dispensation before moving on to where we are. Oh, it's crazy. Okay, so where we are, right? We are in the Mr. Smith with another 5 subscriptions, completely just demolishing the sub goal as well in the same session. Once again, just being wild. That means that everybody here has 3 conviction added to their total pool, and this means that everybody has 6 actions that will happen without fail, and will in fact have an additional effect to them. So that's ridiculous. In case before we even get there, I'm just gonna let the players know what they're capable of now, which is again wild. They're able to reroll, dodge. They're able to surge, which is sort of like gaining fatigue and health back, or that's fatigue back. Recover is health back. Survive is come back from not living. And redemption means that you are basically people that you're trying to socialize with are a little more lenient towards you, if I'm not mistaken. So it's kind of for everything you will succeed. And the 4 of you have 6, so let's see how that happens, right? From this session to the end. Oh, that's ridiculous. Okay, so we are in the Pavenweald. It is a beautiful forested area of fairy and fae-like wonder and merriment. It is mystical, and many things happen that are considered spiritual and religious. In the sense that there's some dissociation, you wind up in different places, but you also encounter parts of yourselves, and it's just a really kind of spiritual focal point. It's old, these woods. These woods have been untouched since essentially the destruction of the Old Kingdom. And so the woods have been kind of left to grow and kind of absorb all this positive energy, and just become this bastion of good, right, in Aldia. It's not very large, but it's so prominent that it's considered almost like its own region, right? Even though it's really just kind of like a large forest, but not much larger than the one surrounding it. It's kind of at some point called to an awakened form of creature known as the rhydan. The rhydan are creatures of many kind, from dolphins to gorillas, ravens, cats, wolves, even horses, that kind of awaken and take on psychic powers, become sentient, and kind of gain that consciousness. They came years ago as well, and the combination of these spiritual woods and these psychic rhydan kind of protecting these sacred woods, the area has been almost untouched, since the destruction of this kingdom so many eras ago. It's beautiful, and there's few travelers, even fewer cities. The four of you eventually encounter a very small village towards the center of the Pavenweald after traveling north from Alden for, I would say, at least about a week or two, with your travel speed. And upon arriving, you notice that something's a little bit off about this village. You've only been traveling a short time and maybe haven't had that much time to introduce yourselves, so this would be a wonderful time to introduce yourselves before we get more into this unnamed village of potentially ill repute. Who would like to go first?
I guess I will.
Yeah.
You see a chimpanzee wearing a very smart, I guess, basically a suit. He has like a nice like walking jacket on, with a nice hat. His name is Cornelius J. Chimp. He did not give himself that name, but he's taken it and he likes it. Important things about Cornelius: he's a magician, a tea aficionado, and an avid gardener. And he's just a nice fellow to be around. Yes, he has a walking jacket.
So there's a formal, put together, good head on his shoulders chimpanzee.
Yep.
Aside from my little monkey friend, who else is around?
I'll go. So Callida is a cat, or a cat. She's a still point tabby, and actually, if you're in Weave the Tail, I've just put an image of her in the Discord for Weave the Tail under our channel for this game. She is curious. She is the typical curious cat, and loves to explore, and she wants to know everything. Everything. She wants to know it all.
Mm-hmm. So, curiosity and this kitty go hand in hand. Sure.
Yes.
That's well. I
Very
mean,
much
this
so.
kitty at least has 6 lives, in the sense of your conviction. So, probably minimum 6. I think it'll go great.
Well, as long as
Who else
she's
is around?
gets some satisfaction, she'll be back.
I can go.
Yeah.
So you see in the air flapping with these incredibly huge flaps of her wings this this raven. She's otherwise looks like any other raven except for 3 things maybe. There is a little wizard hat on her head and a bag around her neck that hangs and flaps and moves as she flies, but it's tied tight, so don't worry, she won't lose any of her treasures. And She is, and if you look closely, you can see this glint in her eye. It's a glint of knowing, a glint of understanding. She is incredibly. She's curious and interested in everything around her. She's very like she just sees everything and she's curious about everything, but she knows very little. She's very new to this whole thing. She just awakened very recently, so that's Corvi.
Awakened recently. That's gonna be so much fun. Actually, you know what? That's even super special. Wow, that means that this is your first journey with other Rye creatures, and that's a huge part of like the bonding experience for the rhydan. That's so sweet. Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. Okay, and Nadine.
Ah, see, Nadine is a large black cat, specifically a large caracal, so like the big ears, and she is younger. She has a set of medium armor that she wears. She has been staying close to the road, and when asked, she thinks she'll give an answer. Thinks she'll try and put on airs like she knows what she's doing in the forest, but she has no idea. And anyone that is a little bit observant just knows that she is probably spent more time in the city than out here.
So there's a city kitty on the loose, trying to make her way in the deep jungle, in the forest, and see how that goes. I'm really excited to see what these wonderful characters bring, and what they choose. Again, being a West Marches game, but before more choice can be had, I must add 3 more lives, to this wonderful total. We've actually doubled our subscription goal for just this session. Thank you so much, Dido, for those wonderful subs. Like, completely flabbergasted and blown away. That means that for this particular session, everybody has 9 successful actions that they can do, without having to roll for them each. So please, anything you want to do, whether that be like, hey, this person doesn't have enough food, like, just fix it, please, and then just better the world around you, and it'll go on to help, like, the later weeks, and we'll see exactly how as the session goes on. Okay, so Callida, Nadine, Corvi, and Cornelius J. Chimp, in reverse order, a Rye Chimp, a Rye Cat, another Rye Cat, and a Rye Crow, are together walking along a forest path until they finally arrive at this unnamed village deep, in the Pavenweald. It's mostly comprised of what looks to be like large cat towers, scratching posts, kind of like molded wooden, structures that have like holes inside of them, cubbies. There's some areas that are for some reason untouched, others that are ground almost to the core of the tree. I guess there's a favorite spot, or such. There's some stables with large amounts of hay, and a 2-story barn kind of in the middle of the town. Although you notice a distinct lack of kind of living arrangements and almost like no human, you know, buildings, at least not what you normally see in the city of Aldis. Um, so that's what you see initially. It seems like I should say that it's about noon, so it's early on. Um, there are kitties already scratching on the scratching posts, but otherwise there seems to be a commotion coming from the barn. That's generally where we're at for now.
Callida heads for a scratching post. She just trots over and rubs up against it, and this deep, deep purr, like diesel engine, and then just starts scratching at it and just thinking to herself, ah, no more bark, no more bark. Oh, I hate splinters in my paws. And it's just those claws just going at it. Just, oh, she looks very, very happy.
There's a commotion where, you said?
And so there's a central barn that's 2 stories.
Okay.
And there's like, it seems like the rest of the structures look like maybe sort of like traditional animal housing. Some stables, right? Like treetop, like kitty nests. There seem to be a couple of even like burrow dens with decorations in front for like rye badgers and rye weasels. Um, but apart from that, it seems like this structure is like the only thing that if there were people, they would be here.
Okay.
There's like, you see like
Um,
yelling, music.
Oh, so it's not like someone's attacking. It seems like a party almost.
Yeah, it does. It does seem like a normal happening. They do seem raucous or agitated. There's a little more yelling than you would like, but it's still there's a musical undertone, and the sounds of glasses clinking in the distance are enough to kind of calm your nerves.
So, not being interested in scratching posts, Cornelius will sort of monkey waddle, I guess is the way to describe it, because he likes to try to walk in 2 feet, um, over to the barn and see what the hell's going on.
Yeah,
think,
Corvi lands right next to Cornelius and like hops beside, like just like because she could get there much faster, but she doesn't want to go alone. She's not quite sure what she's gonna find. Like, is this a party? Is this? She doesn't know this difference between a party and a fight. So
Yeah. I think
Excuse me.
Nadine follows toward the scratching post. Once she hears the carousing happening, she'll kind of like take a turn and just. This is the first like major like social excitement she's probably had. Of the sort that she's very excited just to be able to like have some familiarity here, have some fun.
Callida will follow Nadine and say, "Are we supposed to go that way?" That's what Nadine hears in her
So
head.
the fun is the fun's over here. We can scratch as much as we want when we're done.
Ear scritches?
Hmm?
Ear scritches?
Yes.
Yes. Ear
Scratches
scritches.
and drinks.
Yes.
Let's go.
It's kind of deciding between scratching posts and drinking. You pull your, if it seems like you pull yourselves off the tree posts, right? And then head on over and rejoin Corvi and Cornelius. Corvi, like you said, you don't know whether you should be fight or flight literally, and you don't know whether you should have your, bird up or not. So it's you walk in on in, kind of ready for anything. Um, and you see a beautiful cast of people, the likes of which you would never see in all this, at least not like this. For every 1 forest folk, there are about 4 rye creatures. And there's all kinds of like, the barn seems to be doubling as a tavern of sorts. It seems like this is where most of the humans stay. It seems like the stables here are actually for them, and there seem to be, on each floor there's 2 beds and small decorations in each of these little like stables where a person would sleep, and then kind of at the bottom floor in the center there's dining tables and a bar for the forest folk and any travelers that would visit this small town. You didn't see a church outside. Normally in the Pavenweald there is a priest and a church for the local religion of Folianism. But there doesn't seem to be a Folia representative here. You do see an old man looking to be an elder standing on top of a table with 4 rye weasels holding up a chair that this frail old man is kind of sitting on top of. Adjacent from him on a separate table is 1 rye wolf with a kind of like carriage or a chair, kind of saddle on top of the wolf, with a second old man also dancing, and everybody sort of clapping and cheering for these like 2 old men dancing, being carried by rye creatures in the middle of this table. Hup, 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 and they kind of just trot them around, jump them up and down until they get closer and closer, until one of the old men looks to sort of like steel himself. and like basically do like a really expertly like beautiful jump while the rye doves sing in the background and harmonize. Um, it's a beautiful little stunt, and lands in the lap of his husband, the other old man, giving him a beautiful, happy kiss and a hug, telling him like how happy he is to be doing with this with him after so long. Everybody knows them. These are clearly the elders, and they do rule together. Rule. They advise together. They're oral historians, and there's no real hierarchy here. The forest folk live happy and free, with as much, food and medicine as they'd love, amongst their rye creature friends. Everybody seems to be in good spirits. So that's what you walk into.
Nadine will walk up to a just somebody random. It's like, so what's the cause of celebration here? It's like a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, sorry. Just let me wipe some sweat off. I've been going too hard, and this is in fact a wolf that you're
Oh, there's
speaking
no
to.
such thing. No such thing. Until next morning,
The
when
rye
you
wolf,
regret it.
the rye wolf has an eye patch on one eye and a stein of mead in the other, or in his one of his paws, basically. Sort of like kind of wipes off. He's panting. So he definitely shouldn't have any sweat glands, but he's still like kind of wiping his brow, drinking a little bit of mead, and then being like, "Oh, well, it's the spring. Everything grows this time of year. It's, we just try to be as happy as we can, and the elders, they're just always so kind. There's always so much warmth, and we just always feel so taken care of. It's a shame what's been happening the last couple of days, but, we still do this once a week to take our minds off of it."
Shame. What could be spoiling such a good mood?
A woman from the other side of the room hears you and responds, "Somebody stole my trousers! That's what! And mine too! And mine!" And like every forest folk is basically stands up, and they're all wearing essentially fig leaves, in place of normal buckskin trousers that would be common for forest folk of this area. Essentially, they're like, "Listen, we don't know what's happening, all right? There's been a number of strange goings on in our village where nothing ever happens, okay? That stream over there has been there for like 1,000 years. Like, our generations of rye creatures and forest folk have lived here. Fine, no problems. So you tell me why all of our trousers are missing."
Cornelius
Has
is
this
a
party been
little
going on
lost.
for?
Oh, go on.
Has this party been going on for long enough that maybe y'all forgot? Just can't remember where they are. I mean, we're here. We just got here, so we have no idea. But
Did they steal them off of your butts?
I'm sorry, did you say something about a stream? What does that have to do
Yeah,
with
they
cats?
did it
You
to
okay?
they did it to Ernest, and Ernest is like, "Yeah, they took it off me while I was sleeping. I woke up and they just ran off with it." And another one responds,
Why do you
"Yeah,
need
yeah,
pants?"
there's a brook down that way. If you want to go wash yourselves up, that's a real, take our showers or our baths down there. Why we need pants? It hasn't been that long, okay? I mean, we still visit, Aldis every once in a while. We have emissaries there, diplomats. We're not completely
wear pants.
backwoods."
Humans like to
He doesn't
cover
wear
their
pants.
bits.
I wear a nice
Other
shirt
right-
because it makes me look good, but I don't wear pants. You don't need them.
The other rye creatures, pretty much, again, the 4-to-1 ratio of rye creatures in this barn, an assortment of beavers, horses. There's even like a rye dolphin in a sort of like large like pool in the back. He's kind of jumping between a pool of like beer and water. Everybody, including the rhydolphin, look at you and they're like, "Come on!" Like, yeah, look at these humans with their trousers. Come on, it's just such an unnecessary waste of time.
Again, you mentioned a stream, which seems unrelated to your issue of pants.
What? No, it's not about the pants. I mean, it is about the pants. It's not about the stream. It's just been there for a while. So, you know, like nothing ever happens.
So the
Why do
stream
you
has been
keep
there
doing
for
that?
a while, and your pants are missing.
Again,
Yes,
two
that is
unrelated
a true
facts
statement.
about this village. There is water, and you have no pants.
Listen, I'm used to a certain element of calm and normalcy, okay, in this part of Pavenweald. The dolphin's like, yeah, actually, I was just by the stream a little while ago. You know, I was down there on the way from the nearby spring. Actually, the fields are pretty light on crop this year. Most of the crop was actually rolling downhill as detritus into the stream. I had to use my flippers to pick it apart. We have no food?
That is terrible. What does that have to do with the pants, though? We're still on the, who's taken your pants?
Listen, everybody's like, we don't know, in unison.
Okay.
No one has any idea who's taken our pants. They
Pants are
swing it,
gone.
they drink and they drink.
That is an issue, yes. Your food is also gone. It seems to be the larger issue. Am I incorrect? Am I the crazy one?
I don't know. It's kind of an equal problem.
It is not. You don't need pants.
It's pretty
you
cold.
do need food.
It's pretty cold out here.
I
You know, we
told
haven't been
you.
able to get them.
I told you, humans like to cover their bits.
I know they like to cover their
True.
bits, but they're also out of food.
Yeah, but like, it's a thing.
Alright.
It's a
Corvi is
very
schooling
weird set
you
of
right
priorities.
It is
But you don't
strange.
seem
I
to be
I
out
would
of
have mentioned
drinks.
the pants. I would have mentioned the pants after. I would have been like, our food's gone, and also our pants. Like, maybe if you can find the pants. Like,
Well, we just learned about the food. At this point, the entire crowd is speaking in unison, apparently. Well, we knew about the pants first. We just learned about the food.
you know what?
But
That
at the same
is
time,
my
how can
mistake.
we leave
I
the barn to go get
apologize.
food with no pants? It's like 10 degrees
Easily.
outside. Easily.
Get a blanket and make a skirt.
Chimpanzee.
I have no
Oh.
pants. Also, I'm from the south. This is very cold for me too.
So you don't see the problem.
You're right.
don't
Everybody
either.
has some way to get rid of
Do you want us to help with the pants?
fur and feathers.
You said
I
that there
get
was a
rid of fur all the
dolphin that
time.
had like a. You said there was a dolphin that had basically a mead like pool.
Yes, there's a meat pool for that dolphin.
At some point, Nadine's gonna just wander over and just like dunk her head into the mead pool.
Oh, it's full of dolphin. Okay.
I just
Is there a
I just
bar
imagine
of some kind?
So this is like definitely a picture, a parallel of two kitties here. One kitty is running and dunking her face into the bin, and then out comes like wet kitty, shriveled, like the mlems, trying to get all the meat basically off the sticky fur that's like basically matting it super fast, and then the other one is like calmly walking. Like the black cat's dunked her head, and the other cat's calmly walking to the bar and requesting a formal mug of mead.
Milkshake. I would like a milkshake. I would like a
it's
milkshake.
a beautiful image. It's a beautiful image of Callida and Nadine in the back here.
Callida wants a
Cornelius,
milkshake.
so-
Yeah, they serve you like a tres leches, like triple cream
Oh,
milkshake
Yes,
of like
Pa goes
evaporated
in.
milk, condensed milk. Yeah, and like
Pa goes in.
Cornelius has started smoking at this point. He's pulled out a pipe from his professor jacket, professor walking jacket.
what's in the pipe?
It's tobacco. He keeps
Okay,
he keeps
just checking.
He keeps it now. There's pants thieves afoot. He has to keep his mind about.
Corvi has like found a like stray like a pint glass and is sitting on the table next to it, dunking her like beak down in it, and then going up and doing the bird drinking thing and doing it again. Just
dumping our head into receptacles of mead.
All right. So,
It's a well-needed rest. It's a well-needed rest after a long travel. If you were not at maximum health, by this point, you definitely are, right? No fatigue. You're not winded after your long travel. Probably you were prior to this, and that's a great way to get rid of that condition. So it's everybody gets exactly what they want, whether that be mead, tobacco, tres leches, or meat and water.
Cornelius definitely gets tea because he's a tea man. He also asks the elders, "Do you need our help with like the pants situation? Because you all seem to be crazy."
I mean, for my husband and myself, no. Like, we're good. Like, I'm pretty happy like this. Okay, like I've been
Confident
in
your
this
body, I
forest
respect
80
that.
years. 80 years, and you know what? At this point, I'm just over it. But yeah, I'm sure that would be the case for a lot of my friends here. His grandson's like, please don't listen to him. Just give me my pants. I get my own food. I just get on my pants.
We will look for the pants, and also, do you want help with the food thing? I have some magic that can help with the food thing. I have, yes.
I could go help look for the food down at the river. Stream.
There
It's a
are.
stream, it's not a river.
I think the pants are the priorities here, honestly. At this point, I think they can't function without them.
Okay, so this is a good place to take a step back from the game aspect of it and then ask you as West Marches players. Yeah, like, so these are two rumors right now. A potentially more serious one, and then one that seems like more of a joke but may not be, right? And so there's no pants and no food. And these are the two rumors that our first West Marches party will be choosing between for what thread they follow. I've written two different outcomes for each, and it will carry on until the end of the session. And they will both, the rewards will be grand regardless, as is in the spirit of West Marches. So maybe in character, or out of character if that's what the players prefer. Which one would you guys like to chase after? What was some hearty debate maybe?
Cornelius is going to say he wants to be like, we're going to find your pants and then go to fix the food problem. Because to him, it's like, they need their food. They don't need their pants. But they seem more upset about the pants.
You can
It
make
seems like
points.
J-Champ is already
Yeah.
set. Maybe
Yeah,
Callida's
Callida agrees, yeah.
That's my thought, but I don't want to steamroll the party, so.
They'll be able to fix more
Yeah,
things when
food-
they have their
food is
pants, it
more
seems
important.
like.
Yeah, I mean they could be more of a help if they had pants for sure.
That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying too. They're like, I would just do it myself if I could leave the barn.
Callida's trying to figure, why haven't they made more pants? They could just make more.
Does this place have curtains?
That's a good question. And out comes like a like a kind of like middle-aged person, right? And is kind of looks, goes to you, walks closer, and it's like, I just. She's like covering herself, like her, which is like her top and her bottom with like hay, and she's like, listen, okay, I make the clothes here, okay, and I can't make the clothes, sure, because I don't have any. That's one of it. But I need my assistant. Do you know where Jimmy is? Jimmy's my rye pig friend, and I have no idea where he's off to. And you can just imagine like a blacksmith piggy with a little welder's mask and like a hammer, sort of like constructing clothes out of tree leather. She's like, it's tree leather.
Oh.
What, you think I make it out of real Look at my friends are right here, and like there's a couple right here that are just like giving you like the stinky eye, like
Look,
get banana.
to all
wow.
the rhydan who became sentient later in their life, we've all done terrible things. Don't worry about it. Does this place have curtains?
Curtains.
Curtains,
It's a
like
barn,
just
so
like
I don't. Yeah,
I
they
don't
There's like
know.
no windows. There's no windows.
Okay. I was hoping.
To kind of keep heat in because it's the only hot place.
Yeah.
And so Jimmy, so I guess a third has opened up here, whether that be Jimmy food. Jimmy's kind of connected to the clothing. He might be his own thing, whichever seems most appealing.
These people seem to have strange priorities. They seem to be more worried about their pants than like food or possibly missing villagers.
Someone's gone missing.
Okay,
So
Odd.
talking
missing,
about the
there's a missing
pants.
It's about the pants.
Alright.
Nadine, maybe we should go check out the river. We can possibly fish. The dolphin said that the food was in the river. Maybe we can fish some of it out, or fish out fish. We can help them find
Absolutely.
food.
Let's speak to the dolphin.
can
Frankly,
fly.
seems like the most reasonable person here. That is true. Let's speak to the
I
dolphin
can
for a
fly
second
around and
what-
see if I see the pants.
Oh yes, maybe they're in the trees. Maybe y'all better.
Maybe they're in the trees.
Yeah.
Pants reconnaissance.
Maybe they're in the
Or
trees.
food?
All right.
Or
Also,
or both.
fruit is in the trees. Let's speak to the dolphin, shall we? I'm going to go talk to the dolphin. I would like to approach the dolphin and ask him where they saw the food fall in the river.
He's like, yeah. So he like uses his flipper, and like points in the direction and just gives you like make a right, and just like make a right at the left, and then go, and then
Make a right at the left.
follow these lost woods, and you'll end up there.
Follow the sound of the music and you won't get lost.
It's okay to do multiple rumors at once, so we can do Corvi flying, looking for pants. And,
Yeah,
Clayton
she,
and Cornelius
like,
want to talk to
yeah,
dolphins if they
she's
want
gonna
to.
take off. Yeah.
That's
She's gonna
it.
Take off.
Unless
She's like, I'm gonna
they say-
fly. I'm gonna do it.
First roll of the game.
Oh, no.
I think I did hear that you were drinking a bit. Please make a resistance roll to see if you fly into the barn door first. And that would be 3d6 plus, I believe, your
Okay.
should be your willpower modifier, or your willpower just stat. Yeah.
Okay. What just happened?
If you get, and then I'm gonna keep an eye out
Hey.
here.
3d6 plus what?
Oh, plus your willpower.
Oh, my willpower. Okay.
Or would you like to use this to auto succeed, of which you have 9?
Oh, yeah, let's go ahead and just do auto succeed. I mean, 'cause
Okay.
I got a 15. That's not bad though. But anyway.
You would have passed, but I will add like some extra flair for the usage of the auto succeed. You not only do not strike the door, you kind of burst out, and it creates a sort of like, as the barn door is opening, creates kind of an updraft, and you find yourself lifting faster than you normally would. You're in the sky a lot faster, and you feel like you can get in there and kind of do some recon quicker. You're able to do a scan of the area just with the auto succeed and kind of come back already before they can even leave, right? You do notice that away from the stream, if the stream is towards, like, let's say the west, towards the east, you find a clearing with smoke coming from the clearing, right? And it smells like mangoes. It smells like mangoes.
They burned the pants.
Smells like mango.
Yeah, it smells
Maybe
like
there's snacks over there. I like snacks. So I think in Corvi's mind, she's thinking, I could go and see if there are snacks over there and bring it back for the people and maybe eat some myself. So she, I think, is gonna beeline for that like fire to see what's going on over there. She can she can like zoom around and be like, "There's food."
Okay.
Do you think she solved the problem?
You push yourself, and you kind of like, you know, your little Corvid at Mach 2, and you know you kind of burst over and break the sound barrier. Get over there very quickly. What you do find is a sort of like melting pot of what seems to be a giant pile of mango flesh, sort of deteriorating in this green and purple liquid. It's giving off odors and fumes, and you realize that the ones that are on the bottom look more mushy, and the ones that are on the top are more untouched. And you can clearly make out some buttons and some stitching. And it seems like you have found the pants of which are made out of mango leather, which is a popular form of plant leather, commonly used in place of animal flesh.
The pants.
The pants. You found pants.
I think Corvi is too new to all this to figure out why and what's happening or anything like that. So she's flying back and being like, "We gotta go over here. The pants, I think, are over here. I think this is pants. It doesn't look like pants, but I think it's pants."
They were on fire or burning?
You found
Mushy.
good news,
Mushy.
news, everyone.
Mushy.
Oh. Don't like mushy.
The pants are mushy. I found them, I think.
Found mushy pants.
I think like Nadine makes when you say the pants are mushy, Nadine just like makes a face. It's like, yeah, like maybe we don't want those pants anymore.
So, based on what you said earlier,
Humans are weird. They might wear them.
And you started talking, usually I should mention, this is an important point. Rye creatures communicate through psychic ability. And so most of the room is silent apart from the forest folk humans that are actually physically speaking. But I imagine, based on the conversation that Marlo and I had prior, that you seem a little excitable if you're actually talking. The humans just hear a lot of squawking.
So like ravens can talk. So when she busts through, and she's like, "Pants, pants,
where?" Everybody's like, "Where are the pants?"
Where?
She sits down and she's like, "Yes, exactly. That's the sound." She's like, and then she's like, okay, she like gets a hold of herself. She's like, "I found the pants. They're mushy. I found them. I thought they were snacks. They were not snacks."
Well, mystery of the pants solved.
Oh.
Callida, I think, will think to one of the old men and, "Do you wear mushy pants?"
Again, when I'm with my husband, I wear nothing. But I'm sure that others would probably find some way to put it back together.
You
pretty
are
pliable.
very
So.
confident,
I think-
and I'm
Yeah, Nadine.
It's good to see that.
Nadine definitely has like a distant stare because she's lived in the cities. She's been in enough like bars. Mushy pants are bad.
Oh, you don't want to end up in a situation where you have mushy pants.
No, it's
when
like
you're in the
it's
city.
like it's probably gonna smell, and it's something she just does. If they're a pile up, she doesn't want anything to do with these pants now.
Yeah, you just associate pants with like human stinkiness, really. That it just you're a kitty, right? They just keep their poop with them all the time. Like I guess that's what you think, and like it's pretty, It's just this is not the most efficient way to do this. Where's the sand? Where's some good sand around here? Okay.
Bury
fair
that
enough. So
shit, literally.
you're against the pants. It's like, well, Well, hold on. Well, okay. So the other humans can hear what you riot creatures have to say. The riot creatures are laughing amongst themselves about these humans that are missing their pants. They don't really care. They're just sure. I guess they care about the food, but they feel like they can leave to go get some, and for them it's not such a as big a deal as the humans who have to go take from their nearby stock. So Corvi, it's kind of up to you. Do you want to tell them where the pants are, or I know it seems like you want to.
Yeah,
Is that what? Yeah.
so she like looks at, she's like the pants, like, but she doesn't like, she's like, okay, these are humans, let me talk to them. The pants, high pants, in mushy, and she like waves with her one of her wings and is just like the direction of it. She's like, not snacks, mushy pants.
The the grandson of the elder who spoke earlier is like, I can't take it anymore. I can't do it. And then he basically just takes as much hay as he can, scraps from his sleeping quarters and where the rye horses stay for the night before traveling somewhere else, and kind of runs off like in the kind of bursts out through the barn doors and is like, show me where the pants are, and everybody kind of storms and does the same thing, grabs their hay. The rye creatures kind of follow their neighbors, and now you have a village of about 30 beings, about 10 of which are humans and about 20 of which are rye creatures. That ratio doesn't really work out, so let's double that. But it's still a relatively small village of about 60 to 70 creatures. Again, mostly rye creatures, about 40 or 50, and maybe like 10, 15, 20 humans. They walk outside, and this huge mob, covering themselves in hay, is now listening to the word of our wonderful friend Corvi. Um,
When that boy shouted, "I can't do this anymore," part of me thought he was going to kill himself, which was a giant overreaction. However,
content warning,
this
everybody.
is better. This is so much. They are defenseless, aren't they?
Should we follow them? Should we?
I, I feel responsible now.
Responsible.
So yes, I feel like we've
Mushy
caused
pants.
this. And not the pants.
Is there
thing,
anything
everything?
like? Is there anything like fragrant,
Yes.
like nice smelling in this bar? Like good food?
Yes, there's a lot of like potpourri next to the
Yeah.
only fresh fruit stalks that they have left.
Like before we go, like Nadine's gonna jam her face with the potpourri, just like she thinks she knows what's coming. It's not gonna be good smelling. She's gonna like just try and like overpower the smell.
It's like a nose guard for a kitty, and
Yeah.
just a cat chewing on like this watermelon rind.
All she heard was
Just-
pile of mushy pants. That's not.
I'm bringing my guard. I'm bringing my guard. Okay.
I'm gonna follow the idiots into to find pants then.
The very nice, intelligent humans who need to have clothes in 10-degree weather are now following Corvi. Corvi, you can lead them towards the stream, or you can actually lead them towards the pants, or wherever else you'd like to go.
That one particular seems very concerned about his pants, so she is going to take him to the mushy pants.
Okay. You take him on over. You get close to the clearing. You're about maybe 5 feet away. Let's say it is a clearing, so it's like circular in nature. And by the time like the village completely, as well as the four of you, fill in that circle, you're well within the circle, and you're not standing in any of like the weird purple green liquid or anything like that. It's safe. But as soon as that happens, your path is immediately cut off. 2 forest folk, also pantsless, and 2 rye cats appear. They are, the 4 of them, armed, looking aggressive. Who are you? What are you doing with our pants?
Us?
You don't wear pants.
We were
Yes,
going
we
I
to.
have legs.
We were looking
were
for
going-
lost pants. Did you lose your pants as well?
You wear
They're
human
mushy.
mushy pants.
Who's stealing
Okay.
the pants? Now I'm no. Know what? Know what? I'm invested now. Who took the pants?
Did you make these pants mushy?
No, I found them mushy.
Then you must have done it. We stole those pants
No.
fair and square.
Is there any way to investigate?
And now you ruined them.
Is there any way to investigate these pants and what this actually is to try and figure out
Yeah.
what's going on?
Of
Yeah, I
course.
think Callida is like this is a there's a secret here. There's knowledge to be gained and to learn, and
I'd say this is an intelligence ability roll with
Okay.
probably an arcane lore or a sorcery lore focus. But again, you can take an auto succeed if you want to.
I'll take the auto succeed.
Yeah,
That's
awesome. So this is a role playing session. There's no dice rolling. It's awesome actually. Like
do what we
so
want to do.
it's
Get
just
over
pure
it.
it's just pure story. I do it. Okay, so you do that then. So you do scan it, you do analyze it, and you learn it perfectly. This seems to be the work of a shadow fiend or dark spawn creature. It seems to be a being of pure evil that has kind of dripped or lost its essence alongside, these pants, causing them to melt. You didn't see any on the way here, and you don't really remember hearing about anything like that in the Pavan Wheel. It's usually supposed to be a very harmonious, idyllic place. There are tales of a hidden shadow gate somewhere towards the north, but again, it hasn't been as disastrous, and you really haven't seen this before.
so. Callida just kind of pads forward and very delicately is sniffing and kind of with one claw poking at this pile of mushy pants and just kind of giving back off looks to the 2 rye cats and the other creatures that showed up. It's like, back off. And then as Callida figures out what this scent is and what's going on, the back starts to arch and the fur bristles and the tail puffs up and the ears go flat and just kind of gives that little and then just backs away and then just psychically looks. It says to her companions, "Fiend, demons, I can smell them. It's these were fiends, demons. They did this. They melted the pants."
They melted.
At this point, the bandits, of which the Rye Kitties also count, and like the 60 village members are kind of screaming at each other. The village members are throwing, like using sticks to throw mushy mango leather covered in this like shadow juice right back at the bandits. And they're kind of like, your party members hear you, but everybody else doesn't. And so you guys have a kind of a moment to talk amongst yourselves about what to do next, either with the bandits, whether you roleplay your way out of this or fight them. There is some time. It's not immediate initiative.
All right. Sirs and or madams, cats, I cannot tell from this looking at you. You stole the pants. Yes.
They like don't hear you. If you're talking to the bandits, they're like dodging mango leather.
Ooh.
They're not paying attention.
Oh, right,
I think
they're busy.
Nadine
Um,
is annoyed. I think
Unless you scream at
so
them.
she wants
Unless
us
you
to
scream at
stop.
them
Yeah,
and intimidate them.
yeah, she will like. I think caracals make like a higher pitch, like kind of like yowl.
Yes.
They don't have like a
yes.
growl, but she'll like do the most like intimidating like yowl she can. Like she'll have a similar like kind of like agitated, like hackles up, ears down, like teeth.
You
You-
auto succeed on that communications leadership check.
hey,
And I'll just assume that everybody's using auto succeeds unless you state otherwise.
yeah, I'll
I
use that
guess
for
from
that
now
one.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Cornelius
yeah. So
assists
leadership.
by doing the
Yeah,
ape thing and beating his chest and screaming.
please, right? So we got. If anybody else would like to,
Yeah, Caida's right
would
there
also
next to
like
Nadine, all puffed up and just kind of hissing.
Yeah. Just flapping her wings.
I think she's
like,
also.
"Ah!"
I think Nadine's also kind of pacing between the two groups a little bit too.
So Nadine has presented herself as a sort of a leader here, right? Everybody, all eyes are on this caracol right now, and there's this entourage of a chimp beating, his chest. Callida like puffed up, just like blowfish basically, and Corvi just like look at how big I am, just like with flapping the wings and like squawking. Um, there's so much raucous here that everybody kind of stops, you know. This is a school cafeteria dropping their food, and you can hear a pin drop, right, looking at this one area right now. Nadine, what do you wish to say to them?
We can deal with the pants later, and then she'll give a quick look at the thieves, like we will discuss why you took these pants, why, and then she'll say to everyone else, just there are worse things out than the pants thieves. The pants are melted because there's something out there. Callida knows about these things. I have no idea what they are, but it's something terrible. And she'll look at that Callida just to kind of explain what.
It's evil. It's evil. It's a demon. It's a shadow fiend. Shadow fiend. That was it. That's the smell. Shadow fiend. Evil.
What? A shadow fiend? You hear like murmurs, whispers, gasps. Not everybody, but clearly a crowd that was annoyed is like actually like scared now, right? They're formally worried. Before this was all like forest antics and just part of like living outside, right? Maybe to its nth degree, but at still manageable. Shadow fiends, war coming to their hamlet is something that they're not happy about, right? So there's actually some like palpable fear. The Rycats are the first of the bandits, are the first to put down their weapons, and they're like, okay, all right, I understand. My name is Cedartail, and my friend here is Oak Whiskers. We've lived in the forest all our lives, and as rhydan are capable to do, we don't always have to live in these hamlets or villages with forest folk and whatnot. But these two are our children. We found them abandoned in the forest when they were very young, referring to the two bandit humans. And we are bonded. Essentially, that means that these cats have adopted these children to be, like to really care and look after them. They're not kids anymore. They're obviously like adults now, but since they were children, and they're really worried about them. They don't have any pants, and that's why they feel like they needed to steal them. They figured that they could create other clothes out of them and maybe make some cash off them. And she kind of goes on to explain, why she was doing this. But she puts on her weapons.
Now, I have a question, and it may seem like a stupid one, but I have to ask it. If enough people are in one spot and all their bits out, does that attract demons, or is that just unrelated?
That's something we'd know.
Someone here would have to roll for it. The elders would know that, but they did not come, as they do not need pants. And nobody else in the group in the village would know. So it would be one of you who would, and I'm happy with whoever wants to roleplay it.
What type of role would it be? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, no, of course. I still do want to say the role because it helps to kind of characterize like what it is. This would be a perception tracking role.
Yeah, I can do that. I don't have a focus in tracking, but I can do perception.
What do you
So
you do you do perceive that that in fact it's not about the shadow, um, or it's not about like the clothes attracting shadow, or anything like that. But you're able to kind of search anything else you'd like to about that.
yeah, definitely. So yeah, I'm gonna auto succeed on it. We've got all of this stuff. Let's use it. But yeah, Callida is definitely investigating this. I mean, she's all about learning secrets and knowledge, and um, this seems like a secret that needs to be learned.
You do pick up a track heading north where there's like basically mush following.
So Callida will kind of try to get the humans' attention, and I don't know if she can open up to everybody, but um, she wants to relay this to as many as she can. That whatever did this, the scent tracks north, and she'll pad over to where the scent starts to move away from the clearing and indicate the direction of it.
So they acknowledge,
Nice.
like they kind of figure out like where, okay, right? So they know, okay, fine, it's coming from that direction. But the grandson of the elder, being like the highest authority one whilst here, is like, but we can't do anything about it. We're village folk. We eat and we drink and we hang out with our deer and nothing else, right? I have a poker game back at the barn, right? Right now, we need Aldian help, and they start like kind of, again, the fears kind of come to a head. It's too much, for them to handle. Nadine speaking to them, shut them up, but like this confirmation of them of something that's causing this and then going away from the village has finally like caused them to kind of like break out in a sort of like really like crowd or group think fear. They need some help calming down or it's going to be an issue soon.
All right. How about this? You all return to the village, and anyone who wants to help fight a demon, I feel like I'm not helping. Anyone who wants to help fight a demon, come with us that way. Good as I can do, everyone.
In order, uh, the deer, then the wolves, then the horses, then the cats, then the weasels, and finally the sloths um, leave the area back towards the village. And in fact, none of them stay, not a single one, or a member of the forest folk. Um, they're like, we just need, and again, I imagine you auto succeeded. Again, that would have been in this case, probably a communication etiquette, because you were very polite. And they're like, okay,
Yep.
yeah, I buy that. Like you have very orderly directions. You're a formal kind of monkey, right? You have a good jacket on your shoulders. I feel like I can trust you. And they start leaving calmly, but none of them really stay to help. And the four bandits are there, but the rest of the villagers kind of like they're not going to freak out right now, and they'll wait back at the barn, but they still are not wholly convinced that four rye creatures can help them where 40 of them cannot.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's
I mean, well, that
That worked
I have
out.
to apologize, everyone. That I went. I expect at least a few of them to help. Okay.
Oh, it's you know what?
Oh,
Cornelius, it's just as well. At least they know what their skills are. You have too many people that don't know what they're doing.
ooh, that
It goes
feels.
bad.
That's like a dig. That feels like a pretty bad insult, man. I like it. Okay. We fight. Did I just promise we'd fight a demon?
Yes.
Some creatures have no curiosity.
Hmm.
I mean, entire trip I've been feeling kind
Who's
of useless,
Corvi?
so having something to defend from would be a nice change of pace. So, demon or not.
What does
I-
Corvi think
I
about it?
think Corvi like as they're all leaving and she's like watching them and tilting her head left and right. She lets out a loud squawk and she's like, I don't want to bust everybody's eardrums. Ah! Cowards!
I knew there's a reason I like that bird. Oh, it would be ungentlemanly to leave them with a demon by themselves, though. So
Well, there
The
is a
bandits
gate
are still
over
behind
here.
you.
Oh,
They're
oh,
really?
the bandits are here.
Corvi,
Hello.
yeah, they look at the crow who shouts at cowards at them, and they're like,
Not you.
They like pick up their knives again. It's like, we still need pants, okay? And we're still not under the comfort of the hamlet. I need pants right now, especially if there's butt-stealing demons around here.
Butt-stealing
Okay?
demons?
I would hate to break it to you,
Pants
but
stealing. Sorry, pants stealing.
pants will not help you with a demon at all.
I think they more mean just in general they need pants. I think they're cold. I'm sorry.
Don't
I'm
have
starting
very
to
much in the
understand
way of
pants
dingly
thing the
bits,
more I
do
talk
they?
to them. Ooh, shit. Okay.
Oh, that's
They don't.
cold.
That. You're a mean cat.
No, cats notice dangly bits. That's something to play with, and it's no, it's not worth it.
You are a mean cat. You have claws. Don't do that. No, ooh.
So you're more than welcome to roll for punching bag.
Do you
No,
wanna
Kalia's definitely. She's like,
to roll for punching bag.
no, she's not. She's not gonna go after the dangly bits. But she's it's just commenting that, even dangly bits when it's cold, not worth playing with.
So these bandits seem like they won't go away. They're a little, I mean, even off put by the dangly bits comment. They're like, the adults are like, no, right? And they're covering themselves. It just seems like, what are you really? They just seems like they won't leave you alone without some sort of pants. We have chosen pants route, so there has to be some pants provided.
Does anyone have a make pants spell?
No.
No.
I cast pants.
Is it possible to see if there are any pants that aren't mushy in this pile?
I imagine that would just be a standard. You know what? I'll let you choose one of these two. One is funnier than the other, I think. One is perception searching, and one is
Okay.
perception visionary.
Well, I don't have either one of those focuses, but let's go with perception visionary. 'Cause that sounds fun.
Callida turns around, and the attack balloons inflate. The pupils are at max dilation, and you're like really focused. You're looking at every possible detail as something catches your eye. You realize that you envision pants where there are none. And in fact, you're able to pull out sort of like three pants that have mushed together. and when you pull them out, you're able to knead them in a specific way that they come out mostly like 2 cylinders with a, waist line and a back portion, right? And you've successfully made mush pants. The shape is there for at least 2 pants, but they are covered, saturated in this evil juice, and there presents a separate problem.
Yes. Clearly, it's just like once that whole disgusted look the cats get when they're smelling something bad, and just it's kind of, and then finally just kind of tosses them over with a claw, and just walks away and tries to find something that she can clean her paws off with. And just doing the whole cat nose thing. Yep. Just there. You have pants.
This has been a wild day for me. Just want everyone to know that. Go fight a demon.
Wow. So the pants are off. Your hands are clean. Who would like to sanctify these pants?
Excuse me?
There has to be somebody's got to uncorrupt these pants.
I mean, Cornelius has he knows healing magic, so I guess he'll try.
I will say that a little while ago, congrats, we hit 20 retweet. We hit our 20 retweet goal, which means we do have a shared pool right now of 20 hit points. I will accept funneling hit points into pants to sanctify said pants.
Yeah, you
How
definitely
many
do
hit
not
points
want.
are needed?
I would say 5 per pant. In total,
Oh, those are
10 of the
corrupted
20.
pants.
These are some dank pants.
Oh, what can I do? I have cure. That's all I got. I'll use cure. Would that work?
Sometimes it doesn't pay to
let's
shop at the thrift store.
It would heal the pants. I'm funneling hit points into the pants.
Let's see how much hit points your cure would be able to sanctify. So
To the drama die plus my intelligence plus healing focus, if any, plus my level.
It's pretty good, actually. So in order to get a drama die, you have to roll your 3d6 and get your last die, and that would be your drama die of the 3.
Cool.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
So it'd be 3 plus your level 1 plus your, what you said you say intelligence?
Intelligence plus healing focus, if any.
Yeah, I don't think there's a healing focus, so yeah, it'd be yeah.
Okay. What's my
1 plus your drama die plus your intelligence.
1 plus drama die. Okay. Let's find out.
So that'll be a 1.
Yeah, that's a
Plus
1.
1.
That's a 1, boys and girls.
What?
What is your intelligence?
It's 2.
2. Okay. So that's going to be a 4. You do cure the pants for 4. It is not enough to stop the corruption. The pants open up and actually
Good.
bite you. Like they sort of starts moving, and it sort of it wraps around your arm and starts tightening, almost like a bite. The pants are attacking you.
I will monkey punch the pants.
These people are not going to put these pants on. If you see a pants on,
Yeah, I auto-succeeded monkey punching the shit out of these pants.
You auto-succeed on
these pants are fine now.
The pants screech and are back to full corruption, for it has lost hit points with the monkey punch.
No, this is bullshit. I'm not.
Who
No.
would like who else would
Fuck
like a
this.
shot at sanctifying the pants?
What just happened?
You lost a pants. This is what happened.
Huh.
And so there is
I
a
can
set
only
way of just
send.
giving them the raw hit points, or again, somebody else can do a cool roll and see and if they want to succeed on the on a certain roll for pants for pan healing.
Yeah, I can try.
I just
God.
saw
Oh my
Corvi.
god.
Corvi, what do would you like to heal the pants automatically, or would you like to perform a different sanctify ritual with the pants?
I don't have a good like sanctifies like anything that would like kind of serve in that purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna go over and try to just use like heal the pants, I suppose. Sanctify
You
said
heal the
pants. I'm gonna heal the
Corvi.
pants.
Describe how you draw energy from the dancing soul to heal these pants.
Uh,
A raven, no less.
so, so she is like perched in a tree because that's where she was when she screamed the word coward, and then she swoops down in this like epic like just like coming for him and like grabs them like a field mouse, like a hawk would a field mouse, and gets them in her claws. And she like as she's flying, she's like squawking incredibly loudly and pushing every bit of power she can into these pants. That's what we're doing.
The healing energy of the dancing soul radiates through your talons into the pans as you soar as fast as you can. The divine power causes the muck to coagulate and turn into a sort of like fat in the refrigerator congealing at the end of the pants before finally this thick layer of lard just kind of flops off the pants and sticks to a tree nearby, sliding off in Atari-like fashion. It's now like sparkling. It's like beautiful wool pants, or mango pants. I don't know. I said wool. It's the mango leather pants that just look like they've been peeled fresh, and stitched together. It even does have a slight smell of like, new pants smell, potpourri.
I wanted to find the
so
food.
yeah.
Corvi.
Yeah, food would have been good. She drops
Yeah.
these like pants to them and's like, now you have pants. That's what she says. She says it out loud. Now, pants now.
The two of them look at you, and they're like, they put on the pants, and like, they have like angry eyes, and then in like the very next frame, it's just like static eyes, warm blushing faces. You literally see the goosebumps on their skin like just go away as like a just warmth rises through them, but the pants are so high quality, they just really feel taken care of. They just feel safe.
Warm,
They're not worried about
warm
it.
dangly bits. Ah!
We went back and forth on the importance of these pants. They seem pretty important now. That was a divine
these
experience.
pants.
I didn't even put them on.
Not all pants are important for a different reason. These pants are like blessed pants, and they really help out. The bandits put down their weapons, and they're like, okay, like, you know what, like, I'm sorry, we're sorry. We won't help you in this quest, but we'll leave the hamlet alone, and if we find any mangoes, we'll donate them all to the village. We're sorry. And they apologize.
Based on the power of those pants alone, I think you guys could defeat the demon.
He's trying to like trick him into like fighting the demons?
I'm not trying to trick anything. He genuinely
can.
believes that this
You genuinely, you can persuade.
Yeah,
You can
I will
auto
auto
succeed on
succeed.
persuade.
I will auto succeed persuade these guys to help us fight the demon. Off the power of these pants alone. This is ridiculous. So inhumane.
I love it because it really, like, it's just such a yes and like scenario. Okay,
Yeah.
so the bandits who previously had no intention on fighting demons now wholeheartedly believe that they have at least some chance. They also feel like they owe you you four animals for a favor, especially Corvi, and Callida for finding them, and Corvi for fixing them. They're a little scared of Nadine because Nadine yelled at them earlier, and they don't really trust Cornelius because the pants kicked the crap out of him.
That's fair.
But you know they're happy to go with it. They're happy to go with it. They're like, okay, fine. You know we should do this. In a sort of like, you know, almost like a leadership fashion, Cornelius, the very formal Jade Chimp here, starts leading Oak Whiskers, Cedar Tail. I had the names right here. Rogar and Lai, towards, I imagine, towards the North Point, probably towards where the stench came from, following that trail. We're reaching about the halfway point for our session, so I'm going to take us into a quick 15-minute break here, and we'll come back in 15 and resolve what's going on this trail now that we are in a post-pant problem PPP world. So we'll see you all in 15 minutes. Hello, and we are back for the second half of Blue Rose. Here we go. Okay, so where we left off, we are now the party. Cornelius J. Chimp, Corvi the Crow, Callida Nadine the Cats, the Rye Cats, are traveling with four bandits known as Cedar Tail, Oak Whisker, Rogar, and Lie. After Rogar and Lai finally received the pants that they had been stealing and pining for so long, it seems like after some convincing from the very polite Cornelius, they decided to give a whole swing at the demons who would take their trousers from their bottoms. Um, we are getting closer to what seems to be a purple-tinged area of the Pavenweald, strikingly different from the sort of green pollen-filled area that you're in before. There's a sort of purple energy and a miasma oozing through the air. The grass is a little purple tinged, and the mood has shifted a little lower. However, you do still feel pretty confident with, it seems like the divine favor of this dancing soul is still blessing you, and your auto succeeds are still there. I'm pretty sure that most of you still have like 5 or 6, or maybe even a little more. So yeah, you're definitely good on that end, right? You feel confident. There's 8 of you. Um, Hopefully, you'll be able to take on whatever's next. Um, Purple gives way quickly uh, to a sort of very thick thrush and vines. Visibility is getting lower and lower. You feel like you're getting into a maze and you're kind of getting stuck. Before traveling too much further, I imagine everybody would stop and at least talk about it before moving forward.
Can I use my second sight to read arcane signature?
Oh, oh my God, that's some next level play right there. Okay, all right, yeah. So that's great. That's really cool and not what I expected. You definitely are detecting a higher level of corruption in the area. Um, and you do feel like there are illusions um, kind of placed in runic form on the thrush kind of about you. You feel like if you continue without dispelling them, um, you'll probably keep moving in a circle like forever. And that would
And
have been a perception roll, no focus.
okay. So yeah, definitely going to use an auto succeed on that one. And then Callida will pass that information on to everyone.
Would Psychic Shield help break through these illusions?
I'd say that if they get more violent, they would. But so far, nothing's really happening. If you keep moving, like, you would have to keep moving further in for it to get worse for you to defend against.
Okay.
But that's
Good
maybe
to know.
one way to handle it. Doesn't have to be the only one. Nadine, Corvi, thoughts?
Well, as bad as this is, it seems like we're going in the right direction, correct? This isn't odd.
Corvi, just out of readiness, lets out a small squawk. I don't know, maybe it sounds something like this. Ah! And she casts low squawk and casts out psychic weapon. So she's gonna get a weapon ready, a psychic weapon ready. Yeah.
Nice.
What weapon would Corvi use? What's dangerous to you?
I think probably this is a good question. Let me think about this. I don't know. I kind of see her having like a little mace. I don't know why. That seems like the kind of chaos she brings.
I'll even add on some spikes on that mace. So you got a little spiked mace, and would imagine like a morning star that doesn't come off, and just birds with arms sort of manifest that arm and get ready your weapon.
I
Manifesting an arm today.
I'm going to have to follow suit with my adept friend and cast psychic weapon. Can I have it be the Diddy Kong's peanut gun? 64, or do I have to stay a little bit?
A peanut gun.
Okay, it's a peanut
I
gun.
would
It
love
has
a peanut gun.
little gun that he just summons.
You cock
like,
it,
all right.
you pull it on the back, and you just shoot out peanuts.
Doesn't make a pop sound as I pull it back. Let's do it.
That's
or a
really
cane.
funny.
Now I'm stick with the gun. Stick with the peanut gun.
You keep your monkey, return to monkey, pull out gun.
Yeah.
You arm yourself very quickly in this feudal high court world, with a contraption that is to most unknown, but to you,
It's
in
the
your mind's eye, you
monkeys.
see it perfectly.
It's the monkey secret.
Yeah. That's fine. And so we have a shield up. So it seems like we're all spelled up and ready.
And shield up as much as I can.
Yeah.
So
Definitely same.
2 shields, 2 weapons. Sorry, 3 shields and 2 weapons, plus reading of what it is. So I feel like we're good to brute force it. We can try and navigate it using auto succeeds, which, they'll work. Or you can just go ahead and kind of let it affect you, and see if these defenses are sufficient.
Is there a way to read this runic form? Is this a language that can
yes.
be read? Okay. So
the rune. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, Callida has a talent in linguistics as a novice, so she's familiar with several languages.
Wow, that's even better. So that would be. So I'm happy to use a linguistics roll for it, because I'm a huge linguistics fan anyway. So I'm happy there's a whole skill for it, like a focus. So sure, right? You look at the linguistics kind of aspect of the runes. They seem much older than what you would expect for this part of the woods. Already itself ancient. It seems to be even older than the Old Kingdom. You also know that Shadow Fiends and Darkspawn don't leave these kinds of runic traces behind, it actually seems like the material and what it looks like is positive and happy. In fact, this almost looks like this was a ward meant for good, and it has since been corrupted by the dark energy, and is now kind of being used for an evil purpose, but that was not its initial intended purpose. You also
So I
do
took
know
it-
that
Go ahead.
yeah, you also do know that the some of the two of the oldest types of creatures in the Pavan Weald are griffins and unicorns. So there might be one of those nearby.
Definitely good to pass that on. Relay that. Have any of you dealt with griffins or unicorn?
Ooh, thanks for the rate,
No.
Hangsman Gate. Oh, appreciate that.
Ooh, ooh.
Is that good
I
or is it
never-
bad?
Dealt with the griffin
Good?
or unicorn? No.
The ward was what was originally here. The magic that was originally here was a ward. It's ancient. It's very, very old, but it's been corrupted. And shadow fiends and demons, they can't use this kind of magic. They can corrupt it.
They corrupted the pants, so why not a ward? Nope, that's not the same thing.
I don't know anything about griffins, but it's sad that they only have one corn. The unicorn?
Yes.
Excuse me?
One corn, unicorn? They only have one corn.
Why did it take me so long?
I'm gonna go over to the raven, and I'm gonna give it a hug. And I'm not gonna explain why. Alright, now let's
Thank
go
you. I'm
shoot
quite
this demon
sad
in the
about
head.
one corn.
It's not... Nope. I made a promise to myself
So-
just now. I wouldn't explain it. Goodbye.
So quick anime hug moment. Okay, so I just posted 2 photos in our Discord. One of a role-playing stunt table and one of an exploration stunt table. So stunts are something that you acquire based on your drama die as if you roll doubles. Now we are auto-succeeding, hence there is no way for you to receive these stun points. So we're at the point in the game where I'm just going to give out some stun points if anybody would like to use a stunt. You don't have to use one now. You can save it for, there's stunts for role-playing, for combat, for exploration, and, you know, kind of like, and then like in the magic ones as well. So you can kind of use it for whatever. Everybody currently has 5 stun points. So you can pull off any, you know, you can pull off like 2 2s and a 1. You can do a 5 on either of these tables. So if anybody would like to use an exploration stunt at this time to help move along through the maze, even though you know what it is, you've defended yourself against it, you're still having some issues kind of moving past it, that would be one way to help.
I'll spend 2 points to do, speedy search.
What are you looking for?
The demon.
the
Trying to
demon.
find the demon.
Okay, so your test right now is find the demon, and you want half the time that it is going to take?
I mean, are we not here to kill the demon?
No, we're not anywhere yet, but that is
Okay.
I'll take that. I'll take that. You know, that check. It's not invalid. Like I still think it's a good one.
Before I do this, is that good? Do we want this? I don't know what.
I mean,
I want to make sure
yeah.
we're all ready.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll spend those 2 points
sure,
for
that's fine.
finding that
Cut down
goddamn
team.
demon. I'm shooting him with my peanut gun.
That's very chimp. That's very Cornelius. Direct, address the issue, resolve the issue.
Yeah.
Very
on.
Cornelius.
He's gonna get back to his rose garden, guys. Cornelius has a rose garden.
Okay.
Very proud of it.
So, let's auto succeed in half the time
Yeah.
on a check, let's say of dexterity, acrobatics, right? Let's say that you're kind of jumping up, through the trees, and you're searching a little quickly, and you're using kind of the advantage of the thrush, for you. What you do
I was
find
born in the
very
trees,
quickly.
demon. You can't hide from me.
Yeah, so you just literally like skip the topiary, and you're seeing like these like rows of like overgrowth with like bombs, spikes, poison areas, like the classic trappings of things that you would like to avoid. Um, and definitely move past this seemingly more corrupted part of the Pavin Wheel until you get to an area where it's not purple tinged, where the air is black, where it's not dark, it's the same level of light, but your lungs are filling with acrid smoke, and it's just like basically smog filled. You've kind of hit like a hard wall, so you can return or stay here.
He will return and guide the party.
I imagine everybody's okay with moving past the trappings, unless anybody would have to search one of. Yep. Okay. Great. That's great. So we move past these traps almost like tourists, and you still haven't lost kind of that happy sense that you set upon from this unnamed hamlet. It was a joyous and ridiculous time. Um, this is a scarier time, but you don't feel any less happy because you just feel so defended or secure by these you guys just have like this hole in your bag that you're just pulling nonsense out of to deal with whatever it is, right? You're able to overcome it 100% of the time, and so you feel pretty confident about it. You walk into this smog filled area, and you start noticing kind of a strange phenomenon. There is the cry of a human infant, smog, and every 4 seconds or so, a slight prismatic refraction of light in the smog, giving off rainbow hues. Every 4 or 5 seconds or so, very low and subtle, nothing to cause any issues or take you off, kind of confuse you or dizzy you. It's just something you notice kind of behind your eyesight, if that makes sense.
Is it shiny?
It's super horrifically, extremely shiny.
Oh no.
It's a sweating bird.
God. Corvi is very excited about this thing that she believes to be a shiny, and is gonna head towards that. A shiny? A shiny, guys, it's shiny!
But no. Not with a demon. Oh, boy.
The baby has a shiny!
So, and so, like I said, just moving towards it.
Don't go towards the baby.
No, but I mean that's from what I understand. That's what's happening. So you do
That's
move
what
on forward.
Cornelius is saying, no.
You're allowed to resist, but it seems like you're choosing to forego, or would you like to resist whatever will come?
I think it's a role-playing choice. She's ready for the
okay.
shiny.
Awesome. I just wanted to confirm with my player. Perfect. Right. So that's great. You move on past it, and you get closer to the shiny. It's beautiful. It's exactly what Corvi would have wanted. And you do actually get really close. You start flying. You get about, I don't know, 3/4 of the way there to the point where the prismatic shining is so bright and in your face that you can't help but see it at this point. When a unfathomable creature of tentacles and mouths appear from the left and the right, and sort of swarm in. These are chaos beasts, a form of shadow fiend that defend over this unholy place.
Peanut gun? I don't know.
Now, they still haven't seen you, but you're kind of soaring above them. Now, when you're flying, there's kind of, and this is like a little bit of rules. When you're flying, there's 4 things that you can do, which is like dive, spin around, fly up, or like fly high up. Right? So you can choose any of these 4 actions while you're here, but moving away from them too much or doing most like rolls would, or spell would probably cause like initiative at this point. So you do still have kind of the upper hand. You can also psychically speak with your other compatriots, and that's fine. So you can still communicate.
Yeah, she sends back this message of I don't find the shiny or the baby, but I do find tentacle monsters.
Callida would like to move stealthily, and I would like to spend some point to advantageous positioning.
Let's do this. Let's do like was it the I guess maybe have both of us do like the low crawl.
Yep.
Hunting.
And
shifting,
flanking,
the
pack
blink cat.
hunting.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you've ever
The
seen
blink
2
cat, yeah.
lions pack hunting, yeah.
It's beautiful. It's like big cat behavior is definitely what I'm picturing here. So that's like a beautiful kind of like double stealth action there. Yeah, because what you see is Corvi like dive through the smog, and then and then the message that gets back to you. So before we resolve, well, I mean they auto success, so you do sneak it closer and closer into place, whereupon you do see the chaos beasts and Corvi kind of spinning around. Mr. J Chimp, what are you up to?
I mean, he is a peanut gun. He's in the bushes. He's behind the grassy knoll. And ready to shoot these. This metaphor is getting dark. He's going to shoot them with the peanut gun when things go off.
So this is okay. So sort of a defend action, and kind of a delayed getting ready so that you fire before anything else happens. Good to know.
Yeah.
So that's like kind of like a reaction set up there essentially. Okay. So upon stealthing, Callida and Nadine, you two seem to be in charge of what happens next. What is going to what seems to be the action here from both of you?
Coordinated attack?
Different directions, yes, and just
coming in from.
How many of them are there?
So there's just 2, and we're we're doing a surprise round, is what I'm getting. Okay.
Let's
so
pick one, and then you want to go after that one.
So it's a surprise round. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a target. Sorry.
Oh,
yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're trying to target,
You want to just get one, and then we'll deal with the other one.
Yep.
Okay. Very, very kitty hunter instinct is not lost on on this battle. Okay. Corvi, would you like to prepare anything, since essentially they're going to start combat in just a little bit? You're going to have an action on your surprise round as well, so you can do whatever you'd like as well, right?
Yeah.
And then
So I mean,
uh-huh.
Okay.
No, please. I'm just going to be setting up initiative on roll 20.
So I'm also gonna cast Psychic Shield as well. I know that everybody else I think did that earlier, but I don't think I did, so I'm gonna do that too.
Everybody is completely buffed up. Right creatures, that's where it's at. Everybody just comes with some great arcana, and it's a really fun way to play the game. So I really enjoy that. Okay. So we got. And just a second here for speed. Okay. So we got. Ooh, I'm not sure how this is gonna go.
I hope we absolutely bodied these creatures in round one.
Let's see here. Ooh, okay. Nadine. Yeah, the kitties are doing great when it comes to initiative. And Mr. Chimp is not so hot. Okay. Initiative is ready. First up, Callida. Actually, it's
Yeah,
Nadine and
okay.
Callida, so you guys can kind of choose who goes first.
We pounce
Oh.
together on the same
Yeah.
creature.
Like,
the
Yeah.
coordinated attack.
Yeah.
well, I mean,
All
yeah.
right,
Let's
that's actually really cool.
one. I think Nadine can maybe go for the front, and maybe Callida can get like the back of the kind of like get on its. Nadine will
Yeah.
needs the one with the armor, so she'll take the like whatever the mean end of this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a really good idea. Okay. So you're going right for the front of it. That's going to give Corvi a chance to do something, and kind of the attention is going to be taken off her. I'm also going to give extra damage because you're attacking together, and let's also resolve damage at the same time. So I imagine you're both auto-succeeding on this attack.
Yeah.
I would just like to
Also,
interrupt
I've got.
and say thank you for the raid.
Yes.
Yay!
Oh, there's a raid?
Yeah. Yep.
There's a raid. Yeah.
Oh wow, 8 people from Myself Collective. Hi everybody. We've just got
Hey.
into a battle
Hello.
with some chaos beasts, some shadow fiends. There's some lights going on, some babies crying, and a bunch of animals with psychic powers in a cloud of smoke. So that's what's going on right now. Let's see what happens for this first.
So
and only probably
I have
only
two
combat
things that I can
of the set.
apply
Uh-huh.
to
What
this
do you wanna
attack.
use?
I've got a pinpoint attack, which once per round I can add a d6 damage to a successful attack if my dex is greater than that of the target.
Okay.
And then I can also I've also got a stunt bonus, which allows me to find the weak spots in your opponent's armor, physically or otherwise. So I can use the pierce armor stunt for one stunt point instead of 2.
That's really good. Yeah, you still have 5 stun points, so you could use that for every attack you have, and you would negate all armor, or in other words, damage reduction, for these enemies when you hit them. I believe
Yeah,
Nadine
so I'm
probably
gonna.
has the same, being a kitty thing, so.
Yep. So I think definitely going to apply those. If my dex is higher, my dex is a 3, so if it's higher than the target, then I can add that d6.
Nice.
Wow, your dex is definitely higher than a Chaos Beast. Gonna be honest, a Rycat's dex is definitely gonna be higher than who's an expert than a Chaos Beast. So that's fine. You can add that extra damage, and you can do that piercing for that stun if you wish. Nadine, would you like to do one of these as well? Or
I think she's gonna go for more of a like straight up strength. So I'm gonna use mighty blow stunt for that. Add a d6 to the
wow.
damage.
Okay, that's gonna be super good. Also, Kat, your dog was wagging the tail behind you, and it
Yeah.
looked like a kitty tail for a second, and I was like, is that Callida? I was like, oh, this is so cool.
No, that's I have a Saint Bernard. So
Super floof tail. It was great.
yes,
Oh, it's so perfect for it.
Yeah, Callida tail.
Okay. Yeah. Look at there it is again. Okay, so big punch from Nadine, the big attack stun, and Callida doing the piercing, adding the damage as well. Okay, so go ahead and roll your damage then, right? Because you don't need to roll. You've succeeded. If you wanted to roll for crits or something, or extra stun points, you could, but at this point, it's purely optional.
let's see.
And that's
8.
8. And you should also have you plus your strength to that.
Oh yeah, I did
So
that.
I believe.
I added strength.
Oh yeah. Okay. Great. Okay. All right. So 6.
So
yeah.
it was
Okay.
plus
Great. So
2,
this
but then plus 4.
this chaos beast has taken a significant amount of damage, considering that there was no damage reduction.
Nice.
All right. Next up is going to be Corvi.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna choose the dive option here to attack with my mace, my spiritual psychic weapon. Pardon. So let's see here.
Manifest mace. It appears.
So I see, I wrote down 2d6 plus 5. Let me look at this. Weapon. Let's see here.
I love optimizing bird damage.
Yeah. So it inflicts 2d6 penetrating damage on a hit and adds perception score to its damage. So
That's really good.
I
So
use
no armor, no armor reduction for that.
So I use in order to hit, I have to roll 3d6. Is that what I do? You have to roll.
So
hit
you auto
and then roll your
succeed.
damage.
Nah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't. Personally.
Forgot we have that.
No,
Cool.
no.
Let me roll them damn
only
damn
fun allowed.
dams then.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Too many things open. Did I just roll something? Or was that somebody? Oh no, somebody else. Sorry. Let's see. So did I say? What did I say? 2d6.
Plus
Goodness
5,
gracious,
I
too many
think.
things open. Yeah, 2d6. Plus 5.
9 damage.
Is 8. 9 damage. Oh, 9 damage. Sorry, I saw the 3. I didn't see the 1.
So it's okay. So that's more damage on this, which again no reduction. So this chaos beast is already taking a huge hit. Hasn't even moved yet. It will now, however, move. It is going to go for the both chaos beasts are going to move, and they're going to go for the 2 that kind of attacked it first and started this for Nadine and Callida, 1 for each. Now each shadow fiend can attack 2 targets, so each shadow fiend will attack both twice.
Okay.
And so that's what we are going to be doing now.
All right.
They will have to roll, and let's see how they do. Does 9 beat either of your defense? I don't believe so.
No.
Yeah, Nadine's like,
Nope.
let's go. Let's
go.
It's on. That's great.
I
Okay.
think
So
Aida's is actually 14.
14, yeah, so definitely not. So that first chaos beast, a tentacle goes for both of you. It swipes into the ground, and you hear almost like forest, like the trees, laughing at the chaos beasts for missing. It seems like the tree spirits, which are kind of like no one's able to differentiate between ancient tree spirits and the trees themselves in these parts of the Pavenwield. You sense like you're in such primal forest. That the land itself is actually coming to support you in one way or another one. Mechanically, It is removing the modifiers for Chaos Beasts, so they are just using their flat rolls.
Ah.
I rolled,
Yep.
yeah, okay. That one is a 14, which will hit both. And it will be the same amount of damage for both, which again they're removing the modifiers for damage as well as to attack.
Mhm.
So in this case, it'll just be 11 for both.
Armor negates
It
the
does.
damage, the armor value. Okay.
Light, yeah, light is 3 and medium is 5. Heavy is 8.
Alright, so it's
So I think you have, yeah, you have medium or maybe even heavy. So maybe got some good
medium.
some good
So like
DR
I,
off that. Medium.
yeah.
So
Which
6.
it's a good hit,
Pretty good.
but like
Yeah.
it doesn't do as much damage as it would normally.
Caida's unarmored, so not hurt.
Oh no!
She's fine. She took a hit,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Did and psychic shield also, if that was taken into account, I believe also.
oh, does it?
Wait,
Let me see.
I don't think that's it.
Yeah, let me check. Arcana, the spells. It might actually be just for.
No, I think it's only against arcane attack.
Yeah, or yeah, I think it's maybe just well, at least your mind is protected. So, okay, back to it then. Next up is going to be Mr. J Chimp, at the end here, ready to take this critical peanut gun blow.
I need to just check one thing, make sure I read this right. Yeah, I have 3 stun points left. I'm gonna use them all for lightning attack.
Ooh, attacking
which
twice.
means I can make a second 2 attacks. So he comes out of the bush holding not
Woo!
1 but 2 peanut guns.
Yes,
And
did
is going
guys
to
really
attack.
Okay.
And he's going to shoot the first attack, auto succeed because screw it, on the one that's injured.
Woo!
And that's 2d6 plus 4 from him.
Mhm. I love the little pew.
So that's 9 damage for the first one. And then for the second attack,
Wow.
15 damage.
Wow. That is one dead chaos beast on the second attack there. Please describe how your peanut gun destroys this eldritch monstrosity.
He's been hiding in the bushes because he's a friendly like monkey wizard who like has a rose garden. You know, he's not a fighter, but his friends are hurt. He's just like, I gotta go help. So he stands up and just wills the second one into his hand and just like both up. Just fires in like Matrix slow-mo. Just like a spinning peanut. 2 spinning peanuts impact this thing and explode.
I hear the pop, the shell fragments, shrapnel start flying into the ground nearby, and the chaos beast collapses, kind of oozing into this fluorescent purple puddle that sort of like drips and fizzles out in that spot, and will no longer melt any mango leather.
Does like the gun flip and like, puts them away. It's like, oh, I don't need this one.
Yeah. With
the second
blow and
one. Oh shit!
everything, like those peanuts are indeed harder than rocks, right? Like that was great.
Yeah.
We're back up to the top of the order with Callida and Nadine, able to do another coordinated attack if they wish, or if there's something in specific you wanted to do.
Yeah, going right back at it.
Yep, just like jump off the dead one and head for the other one.
Yep.
It's like 6 seconds, so it's just like kitty slaps, like just really fast, really powerful swipes. I imagine. yeah, like I can really see it.
Yes.
Oh man, so
for damage.
Oh yeah,
right,
for damage, let's see.
Yeah, I only did 4 damage. Just roll 20 dice hate me.
It's roll 20. It hates all
Yeah.
of us.
It hates everyone. Yeah.
For the dice.
I'm gonna use 3 stun points to do a lightning attack, so I'm gonna just like she's going to just leap from the face of this other one and just kind of like just get some 2 good get 2 good swipes and like on her hind legs and just like put the power in both of them. So dude, roll a attack, or is it amount of things, or do I damage?
I don't want to
I
interrupt.
chose to
yeah,
auto
no, so-
succeed, so
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So you can auto succeed on both, and then just roll damage twice. Or
Sure, let's do it.
you can pick if you wanted to do 1 times 2, or you can roll twice. That's up to you.
I'll be back. I have to go do some ever. What's
I'll
that?
roll twice, so I'll do the 1d6 plus 4 for both of them. So yeah, the first attack is 6 points of damage. First swipe, second swipe. 6 points of damage.
Really good. This is really good. Okay.
And then she'll
so
kind of like
it's-
bow down in front of, like, kind of get like crouch and just like bare her teeth at it and like hiss.
so graceful and so damaging at the same time, seamless for Nadine and Callida. So there, it is hurt. It is still not significant. Like it's not like bleeding or anything like that, but it's still, but it's a huge part of the way there. Next up is going to be Corvi, and again, yeah, if you have any stun points, you can save them for exploration or roleplay, because there will be obviously more of that after this, or you can use a combat stun here also.
Yeah, I was looking. I was looking at these, and I was trying. What was the one that does a double attack? What's that one called?
Yeah, it's a lightning strike, so you can attack twice with that one, and I think it's Nadine, was that 2?
It was
Or
3
something?
3. It was 3.
3? 3. Okay.
My attack is
Oh,
3.
okay. I didn't see it on this list. That's what I was.
Yeah, it's on the I believe the
Oh, okay.
the narrator's kit. Yeah, it's fine. You can just attack twice.
Oh,
You succeed on
okay.
both of them.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, you see, like, she does another dive. She's like, come back up after a dive, and then like kind of does like a half turn, kind of goes like up, yeah, like up, like vertical, and then comes back down and dives again. And you see this mace in front of her just going wah, 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 wah. Like cool
That's so
nunchucks almost,
scary.
but not. Yeah, she, like,
That's
whacks
really
on this.
scary. Yeah, you did it really fast, and it's just like a giant ass like mace just flying around super fast, just bashing some, like woo. Okay, so you're able to do that twice, and then you're able to strike twice with, I imagine, like somehow your wing is able to, which is I guess doubling as your arm is able to wham on one, and then again on the second one. And again, you can
Yeah.
roll damage twice, or you can roll it once, then multiply it by 2 if you want. Either way is fine.
Okay, I'm gonna do it twice because I already committed to it.
Yay! Wow.
plus 5, right, for that psychic weapon on each of those. So 13 and 12.
13 and 12. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Insane. I know. I'm a bird.
Like,
Hey.
you've like, you like pierce through its, you crush some of its tentacles from functioning. It's not, it really can't feel pain, so it's not like suffering or anything. But you're obvious, it's just unable to attack you for a couple of its arms. So its combat effectiveness is decreased. It's on the verge of what for it is death. And it starts to kind of run away from you now that it knows that there's no way that it can defeat the mighty Corvi. And it starts to sort of like tentacle towards this prismatic shiny that drew your attention in the first place. The baby resumes crying. The prismatic light grows stronger. It is now J. Chimp's turn.
Mr. Chimp, I believe I'm out of auto successes.
This is true. Our wonderful tech has been keeping track of our auto successes with our little blue die here. Currently, Corvi is the one with the most. Nadine has 3. Callida has 3. Cornelius has 0, unfortunately.
Yes. So I'm gonna just. I hate that. That's crying. I don't like it.
It is uncomfortable, but it is an uncomfortable situation, apparently. There's a
Okay,
real
I'll
baby
make-
there. Save the baby.
I will have to make this attack as an accuracy attack, which is not great for old Cornelius. Actually, no, it's not bad. It's 2. So, 14 to hit the Chaos Beast.
Wow, that's it. You destroy the Chaos Beast.
Yes.
With this peanut gun again. Peanut gun is the murderer of this. So yeah, it's yeah. So
Just like suddenly be like behind it, and like mob style, just like back of the head, just boom. Well, hurrah!
it blows up. It's absolutely destroyed. The smog clears up finally now that there's just around that area, and the baby kind of lowers its tone a little bit. It stops crying as much, and it's instantly calmed. Near it, yeah, it starts to kind of like goo goo gaga. It's like really cute now. You can see it, and there seems to be this sort of like sphere where there's no smog, there's no purple taint. It's like pristine forest, similar to what you were seeing in the Pavenwield, in this small self-contained cell. At the center is this like human forest folk baby that is fine, but there is also another baby. It is not a human baby, however. The prismatic shining is actually the horn of a baby unicorn, trying its best to calm and protect its younger baby brother, as they are under attack in the woods. The unicorn is a little scared of you. It's a little trepidatious. Corvi, I think you were muted, but I was like,
Oh, that baby's shiny.
you're just like looking right at the horn.
Aida does whatever cat does, and he starts heading that over, purring, to curl up with the baby. Babies.
The human baby loves the big leopard like sprawl and the big furry like it's cute. It's like nice little, yeah, exactly. It's like little fur, and it's really happy about it. Little baby is just like kind of cuddling up to you. The unicorn, upon seeing this, is obviously a lot calmer, and you've also just saved it, and it did see that, and it starts to like let its guard down a little bit. It's still a little anxious. Does anybody have anything that would sort of like calm the unicorn?
I am going to cast, keeping to the one through line I want to maintain. Cornelius is a gardener. He's going to cast Plant Shape.
Plant Shape.
And he's going to cast Plant Shape and make a little bed of flowers around them. I'm not sure if that's what the spell does, but
a little bed of flowers. I would love it I would love that for that to be the case. You make it over them, and now it is easier to calm them. Before, it would require purely magical intervention, and now a single more successful like roll of something related, of a focus related to calming, would be sufficient. Whoever would like to do it.
I think when the flowers come up, I think they need to kind of perform, just kind of like do like a sneeze, and then pick one of the flowers and just kind of like just toss it up and just kind of like boop it with her nose and stuff like that.
Immediately, the little unicorn also starts like neighing and like shaking its tail. You got the tippy taps, hooves on the ground quickly, and it's like obviously it's like pony sized, but it is a baby unicorn. And it is so it's obviously happy, and seemingly all these rye creatures in the forest, apart from this one little baby straight out of some like forest animation, is safe and happy. Let me check something real quick here. Okay. So upon reaching, now that you're at the center of it, you no longer see this prismatic shining. The unicorn is calm. The baby is safe. Before I ask, who picks it up and then we go, wherever, two things. First, these were the demons that you were looking for, and they have been vanquished. Second, there's only a single glowing light now in the area outside of the cell that you're contained in. There's a purple light, I would say another mile or two, that you can still see, more towards the north, towards like where the mountains, and it's almost like leaving the forest and the protection of this ancient place. You're getting closer to Kern, the land of the former Lich King, and more of that hollowed nature prevents the wield's full effect, from coming into force. You have found the Shadow Gate. This is one of very few relics that are main points of invasion for creatures, for these terrible dark creatures, and the Shadow Fiends. This is going to be super important for future sessions, and probably something that you can really report back when you get back to the village. It'll spread from there, and it'll come up in rumors either next week or in one of the weeks. So that's kind of what you learned. You completed your mission, you found this reward, but now you're left with two babies of seemingly magical nature in this extremely primal forest. What are we doing with the kids?
So,
should we? Well, this is two more babies than I thought we were going to come back with. So, back to the town?
Do we want to bring them back to the town full of people who can't function if they don't wear pants?
I think the baby already has mushy pants.
Yes.
Is the baby wearing pants?
Is the baby wearing pants?
Is the baby wearing pants?
The baby has a fig leaf, but the fig leaf is like a viridian glowing green. It is not normal plant matter.
So what do they do?
Go ahead. Are they otherwise normal, or are these an outstanding looking unicorn? Like, do they look like they're not maybe totally like average?
No, it's a super happy normal baby unicorn, but the unicorns themselves are so rare. The sightings of them are less, are like once every 100 years or something like that. Like, it's a ridiculous. Already seeing this is a once in a lifetime event. To see a baby one is even less like ridiculous because they reproduce like not very often.
Again, I feel uncomfortable bringing them back to the town where people required to wear pants or they cease to function as humans.
Although I do know that humans don't function well on their own out here.
Yes.
Sure, we can find another town.
Or we raise them ourselves.
Do we take the baby?
Yes.
Do we take the baby?
Callida would like to use her last 3 stunt points to use a role-playing stunt of new friends.
Okay.
And I want to use new friends on the baby.
On the baby. Which baby? Both babies separately?
Oh, sure. Both babies. Why not? Your action impresses, charms, or otherwise makes the NPC in the encounter think better of you. It says choose one character who's present.
Yeah.
They admire you or think of you as a friend. Yeah.
What's the stun point cost?
It's 3, and that's what I have left.
It's 3? You 3 have okay, so if somebody would like to make friends with the other baby, I would like someone to mirror that stunt with one of their own, if they would like to.
Do I have enough?
Otherwise, we can do some rolls, because I just like I'm doing a background morality check here, morality quote unquote, of the forest is deciding. Let's see, you know, how the forest judges you. Again, I love the Green Knight.
I used up all mine fighting the shadow demon, so if you want to have...
I only have
I
2.
mean, you guys do have auto successes. Still.
Yeah. I mean, if it comes down to it, yeah.
Yeah, it comes to
If
that,
anyone has
so
yeah.
we have other options.
Yeah, there's a stun to automatically like become friends with the other baby, and then, or you know, you can roll with an auto success. So I mean, either way, it doesn't matter. Just who would like to do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it because here's what, like, we're gonna, like, I'm gonna use an auto success, but what she's gonna do is, she is like gonna sidle up to it, like in her little crow hop, and say repeatedly, "Shiny baby, shiny baby," and like do like a little dance, like sing-songy with like a little dance, sort of.
Unicorn immediately gets the zoomies, like dashing, like back and forth, can't control itself. As it dashes, every step is like another like set of butterflies and like new flowers blossoming from under its hooves, spreading a sort of like cleansing across like whatever was tinged before. It seems like the unicorn. The reason the Shadowgate has been kept in such, you know, precise control is because unicorns in the area have been really keeping it in by constantly cleansing its corruption faster than it can corrupt.
Did Corvi name this baby just right now? It's just called
The shiny baby.
Shiny baby.
Oh no!
You do
Hashtag
get
shiny
you do
baby,
get-
everybody.
you do get a psychic message back from the unicorn looking at you, and like this diamond pupiled prismatic eye stares into your soul, which it is very known to do, and can resist corruption at all ends. Looks right into you and is like, shiny baby, like into your like beaming right into your consciousness.
God.
It'll be a
unicorn's
200-year-old
super happy.
unicorn. It'll still be shiny baby.
Baby's happy. And then the forest finally catches up with you. You feel a sort of shockwave as leaves of spring fall and flowers blossom everywhere. The sky immediately clears and the smoke disappears. It looks just as it did as when you got there that day. In fact, the sun doesn't even look to be in the same position as it was before. And you question what's happening. Two women dressed in, one in a green sort of dress made of leaves and the sort of like same viridian fig leaf plant matter that the baby had. The other in what seems to be water held in place, right? At the bare minimum. Again, humans that are not wearing, at least to your eyes, humans that are not wearing trousers. One introduces themselves as the Queen of Chalices, and the other introduces themselves as the Queen of Swords. We rule over the hemispheres of the Pavenwield. Unknownst to many, but subtle, under the current, protecting the wield wherever we may be. Aldis helps. They send their resources, their tributes, but the thing that we loved most that came from Aldis was a refugee of Kern, a baby that had fallen, whose parents had fallen in the Lich King War years prior. And we've adopted this baby as part of our family, and you've saved the member of that family today. Behind each of them is a blue-hued, respectively, a blue-hued and a sort of like lavender-hued unicorn, full adult size, beautiful, hence the magic, the almost unrealistic magic that's like, you know, unraveling before your eyes. where the land is almost like instantly cured because they finally understood like where the point of corruption was. Unicorns bow to you, and the Queen of Chalices and the Queen of Swords ask for their little baby Anders back. Anders is sort of like holding her little hands out, giving a baby back to. I imagine Corvi is giving shiny baby and Anders other baby back to the unicorn.
Callida will pick up the baby the way cats pick up kittens without breaking the skin and just pick the baby up and pat over.
Yeah, Cornelius will pick up the other baby in his arms without the teeth and will hand over the other one.
Callida is very strong. She can, in fact, pick up an entire pony with her grip strength.
Oh no, she was picking up the human baby.
Oh, the human baby.
Very carefully. Very carefully, very delicately. No, you know how if you've ever seen, I mean, adult cats, mama cat picking up their kids.
Yeah.
The teeth aren't involved.
Yeah.
So that's what
the
she's
next
doing.
gruff.
There's no mark on the baby. Yeah.
No, yeah.
She
You
picks
set
up
the
the
baby
human
down
baby and carries it over. Yeah.
calmly in like a little field over there, in between the Queen of the Queen of Chalices, and the Queen of Swords, with the unicorns in between. You put them on, and they're like beautiful. Like this 5 feet from where they stand is like the most like beautiful flower dense like mini ecosystem that they're creating. Like insects that appear, right, and they just kind of get to work, like fungus that appears, like everything that just signifies like life, they just exude. And for once, although right creatures do oftentimes experience in the Weald and defend nature, they usually don't see it at this like pristine. The queens take their respective icons, a chalice filled with a blue liquid, and a wooden, like an iron wood or wood iron sword. It's like made of wood, but it's as strong as as like a steel almost. And each one of you are knighted, and this will be your reward for our one shot and for picking the pants option. There is a new faction being created for you known as the Haloed Knights. Your aura takes upon a halo that signifies ultimate good to all who look upon your spirit. Anywhere you go in the land, you're regarded as like guardians of like the purest good, and you are accepted room and board, audiences with nobility, like worldwide, which is great because there's a lot of discrimination against Rye creatures because oftentimes other regions will just consider them animals and won't acknowledge their awakening. So the fact that you're like anybody who looks at you just stares at your pureness will just like essentially like bow or treat you as nobility, even in other lands. You're each an authority of this faction. So there's like a monthly stipend. You get like room and board, which in this case is just like Unicorn Grotto in the Pavid Weald that you can come back to whenever you want to now. And your characters will reside as guardians of the Primal Forest. Traveling, of course, as you will, but always returning to what you came from. And I would love to hear some final thoughts before we put a little close on this fairy book for tonight. But I want to hear some in-character thoughts before we head off.
Ada looks at Nadine and goes, "Does this mean we can't knock any more glasses off the counters?"
It's like the most cat thing like ever. We know the earth isn't flat because if it was, there would be cats at the end of it throwing things off. I'm sorry, just go ahead. Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. You can still play Tippy Cuff. I don't think that affects your morality in the eyes of either Queen, the unicorns, or the Haloed Knights at large.
Still ultimate good. Yeah, it's like, yes. You're blessed now.
Yes. Like, still doing it. She's still doing it, but it's still like the halo is unfazed.
I'm blessing
like,
you with
still,
this
like,
liquid.
Yeah, just like this is the blessed. You are blessed now. Like this is how we do.
Yes.
there might be a mini cult in Aldis in the upcoming scenario for the Aldean gay bar. I would love to get some of that Callida
You
tippy
remember
cup
when the
blessing
saint
water.
came into our home and knocked over our vase? That was weird.
We
Just
haven't
stared
picked
at
up that
us.
cup. It's been
It
30
just
years.
locked eyes with us as get over.
Just broke
That's how
Grandma's
you
vase.
know
It was strange.
it was for me. That's how I know it was for me, because she looked right at me. She looked right into my soul.
Callida absolutely needs to
Nadine.
go to this tavern now.
What do you? You're gonna do great at the tavern. Nadine, how do you feel about your new position as a member of the Halo Knights? Or the
Oh,
ending of this
she
story?
loves it. She is like, she's gonna take every opportunity to travel into a town and just be like, yes, blessed, blessed. She's also very happy because though she was probably sweating, it's like, oh no, we're gonna have to raise this child. Oh no. And then they came with like, phew, okay, don't have to.
Already got moms. We're good. We're good.
Come on,
Um,
yes. She was here for,
yeah,
for traveling, drinks and fun, and it's like, oh no, responsibility of children, no.
No, that's what it was. If you chose a selfless act, you would have been judged upon that selfless act, and then wouldn't necessarily have to carry out the selfless act. But so now you get to be as selfish as you want and eat as much food and be worshipped in these towns like a real cat, and still keep the halo. So Nadine and Callida are doing very Cat things, and you love to see it. Cornelius, what is J Chimp up to with his halo and apparently very demon deadly peanut guns?
So Cornelius, this never came out because like there's no reason to it. But Cornelius lives in a city. He has roommates, two other rhydons, a very angry Budgie, and Sheila the poetry crocodile. And so he returns home. Because he just like he's offered. He like was in the forest to like explore and like have fun because he's just like, let's go on a nice little walk and go on a bit of an adventure. And it was frankly far too much for him. And he just returns home. The budgie's name's Halfdan, the Realm Bleeder. And it wears a little Viking.
Cute.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so cute.
And Sheila has a beret. And so he just goes home. And starts doing good things back in his hometown. He's just like, this was supposed to be a jaunty, like little trip into the woods. I had to fight demons. I almost became a father. This is bad. So he just went home.
Yeah, that's your territory. So you can make requests to Aldean nobility at this point, and they literally have to make the trek over there. Like if you want them to see like how you live. So. You actually don't have to leave your homestead again if you don't want to.
Yeah.
You did the Bilbo thing. You're good now. Like never again.
Exactly.
So
yeah. Cornelius is just J.R.R. Tolkien as a monkey. That's all he is, and he returns home to his little rose garden.
Return a monkey.
And just like
Return a monkey. Oh my god! I
I'm
just made
never
that.
leaving. Yeah.
Return a monkey.
I'm never leaving
Yes.
this house
It
again.
happened.
That sucked.
Oh, it happened. Oh, that's so good.
Woo!
That's such a perfect like arc end for my monkey friend for this session. And finally, my very talkative, kind of like leader of some of these actions and big like mover mover and shaker over here, Corvi. How's Corvi with this?
Corvi wants to stay with Shiny Baby. But realizes also at the same time that this is like the area where they're like fighting back the corruption, where like she could be of service here to like be a watcher of sorts. Yeah, and be flying over and watching for anything like, patrolling and things. So she's gonna stay there and sort of be like, I like the Shiny Baby, but I also really like want to help. So she's like flying around like looking for corruption or looking for like beasts that get through or anything.
You are the closest one to the Unicorn Grove of the Queen and Chalices and Swords. They do have like their own Rye animal entourage who they have like kind of bestowed, I would not say infinite life, but some of these rye creatures are older than the kingdom in which you now reside, right? Or did at one point. And so it's kind of like this Valhalla of like rye creatures that they're just like, it's gates open, come on in. And there's just like this horde of like extremely wise and happy like spirits waiting for you on the other side. So you can do both, actually. Like, you can watch, and that is also the closest point to the baby. So you're safe, you're helping, and then you return to like your pinnacle of existence, of natural good, at the end of the day, whenever you did not find any, thankfully. Otherwise,
Nice.
you'd destroy it, I'm sure. Or call in, I don't know,
Yes.
the unicorn airstrike.
Yeah.
Or something like rainbow. It's just a rainbow. It's just a rainbow from a couple yards away, and it just cleanses anything in that particular area. So that's what Corvi became, an Einherjar an Einherjar or something. Wow. So that's where we'll leave off for tonight, for the end of our first West Marches session of Blue Rose. That was amazing. That was so beautiful and fun and lighthearted and warm, and it was such a pleasure to play with each of you now newly donned haloed knights. Once again, my name was Anthony, and you can find me on Twitter up here at Prainntheplague. It was a pleasure to be your narrator for this first of 12 weeks, 3 months of these West Marches campaign. I'm going to speak with everybody here at the table to see how they would like to take their character on into the following sessions, and maybe even give quests or reappear in the future as representatives of the Pavan Weald, or maybe appear as nobles in their own right during a sort of kingly moot of some kind. So I can't wait to see how that happens. It was just such an amazing time. So you can find me here on Fridays, every Friday for, like I said, the next 11 weeks at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, playing Blue Rose. I'm also on Symborum, also on Weave the Tale at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time on Mondays. And I also have more content coming up on Cyber Nation Uncensored pretty soon for some Fallout 2D20, amongst other one-shots here and there, the next of which is probably going to be Shadows Over Soul on February 16th. So mostly on Weave, some on Cyber Nation, but otherwise just got a lot of stuff coming out, so stay tuned. I'm going to go back in the order that I did last time. I don't remember who it was, but I'm pretty sure it was Lynn. So let's start with Lynn.
So much fun. Thanks for having me. This was great. Be able to play with everybody again and just being just a weird little cat. So, so thanks.
You're glowing.
Holy cats. Yes. I'm Lynn, Gremlynart, pretty much everywhere, Twitter, Twitch, where I stream, and I have my art and what I'm doing throughout the week, including tomorrow on the Wandering Society. We're going to be doing our Scion game, our Birth of New Gods. We play Godlings. We're stuck in a terrible tomb of bones, so that should be pretty interesting. And on Tuesdays, it's Eualia, a Redwall tale on the Amphitheater, where we're going to have a little feast. I play like a little archer squirrel. And on Wednesdays on Fall Black Cats, play Hexcrawl, a spy game where we play a bunch of spies. We are in a car chase with Master Assassin, so that should, yeah.
Wow, it's a hard switch. Assassins, but then you're a squirrel, which is also kind of like this. It's perfect. It's a lot of content for Lynn. That's awesome. Next up, we're going to go with ClericofKord, Kat, playing the awesome Callida.
Hi, I'm Kat. I'm at ClericofKord. I don't tweet much. I do a lot of just kind of lurking, especially in Discord servers. But again, yes, very much. I'm a cat. And I lurk. Yeah. It's what I do. Callida is very happy to be treated as a cat should be treated, and that is worshipped. Because you should worship your cats. They know better. Anyway, so only thing I really got going streaming-wise is the game on Thursdays over with the Lawful Geek, Shadowrun 6E, which we're starting up next Thursday. It's at 2:30 Eastern time. Yes, these are maths. 2:30 Eastern time. Otherwise, this was such a blast. It was so nice to play with Lynn again and see you all and meet you all. And Anthony, amazing storytelling. I didn't know what to expect from Blue Rose, and this
Thank you so much.
Thank you for this story because I enjoyed it so much, and what a way to dip my toe back into the Weave the Tale. So, guys, next Friday, tune in because you're gonna want to see what happens next.
Wow, it's so good. So Wednesday for some more content from Kat, and again, wow, thank you so much. Next up, we have our wonderful Marloboggwitch playing Corvi the Corvid, little hat, feathered plumage, defender of the ancients.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. She was fun. I like playing characters that are very kind of spacey and kind of don't really know what's going on, but like, you know, she tried really hard, and that's what matters. I have been Marloboggwitch. I am always Marloboggwitch, but I have been today as well. You can find me on Twitter at Marloboggwitch. That's Boggwitch with 2 G's, like Snoop Dogg. Not as cool as Snoop Dogg, but I'm told that that's like Snoop Dogg. I am on Sins of the Father, a 5e podcast actual play. Talked about it a little bit earlier. Kids looking for their missing dads. Check it out if you like that kind of thing. I'm also open to being in other streams, so if you have anything for me, I've been kind of taking a break because I moved and holidays and all that stuff. So if you have anything else you like, hey, I think you'd be great in this, let me know, or send me your casting calls. I'm always open to that. But yeah, working on that. Got other projects in the pipeline, so follow me on Twitter to hear more when we announce things that are really great things that are happening because they're so good, and I can't talk about it. So, but thanks. This has been amazing. I've been trying to play with Anthony for like months, and things kept happening that would like stop me from doing it. So I'm very excited. It's been a great experience, and getting to play with a group I've never played with before. Like that almost never happens anymore. I feel like there's at least one person I've played with in a group, and that was not the case here, and it was awesome.
Wow, it was such a what a blast for like a first time, just completely blowing it away, and like you're like, oh yeah, okay, so I don't really know what's going on. I think I'm gonna go to the pants, and it's like really the right option. It's like, hey, I'm gonna help these bandits. It's really the right option. I'm gonna defend these ancients. It's really, you just like fell into the best situations. And yeah, no, I'm really happy this is the game that we got to play together. I'm sure there'll be more, and I know it's fun to have a bunch of NDA stuff on retainer. So I'm personally gonna keep an eye out for all of the wild stuff that you will, amazing stuff that you'll do later on, and I wanna see it. And last but not least, someone that we met on a stream recently, Undeadfelis. I was really happy playing J Chimp, Peanut Diddy.
Fuck. Oh yeah. I'm Undeadfelis. You can, like I said before, you can find me over on Prainntheplague Games on Sundays. I am running a homebrew Starfinder game called Into the Void. They're currently trapped in a space station, and there are plant zombies. That's all they know. I know the truth, but they don't.
It sounds like the scariest version of Plants vs. Zombies, where they just both. What if the zombies are just the plants now, and we've done it.
I told the players that I was like, you're going to be on a space station, and like there's a mystery, you have to figure out what's going on. And one of them asked, "Are you going to like Dead Space House?" I'm like, "No, it's not full of terrible mutated undead creatures. Absolutely not." He immediately guessed. I was like,
yeah.
Just
like, oh no, I got the rewriting begins. Now they're plants. Okay, it's not as bad. No, that's
plants.
hilarious.
They're always plants.
They're always plants. So you should check it out. Yeah, apparently that's the plants that the forest folk use when they don't have trousers, and they use fig leaves instead. So it all comes full circle. It was such a blast to play with everybody. That was our first week of Blue Rose. We knocked it out of the park with donations and retweets and subscribers. This was a 10 subscriber game, which meant that every player had infinite basically rerolls for all of the rolls they would need to do for the rest of the game, and just experience like beautiful success in the happiest positive place in Aldia, really. So that worked out hilariously. We hit retweet goal and we healed pants, so that was a thing. And of course, for a $100 donation goal, that was amazing. I'm going to get to work on writing a scenario with Dungeon Madame's amazing Aldi and Gay Bar, and I'm definitely going to put it in one of the sessions now since I got it so early. So just an absolute blast of a first session. Thank you so much, Green Ronin, for again helping us play Blue Rose, and Weave the Tail for hosting us. We will see you all next week. Thank you so much again. Bye bye.